Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com, and today we're bringing to you some serious standard action. Now, of course, I love to bring fun brews to the table, try different things, different formats, but today we're just playing what is considered right now the de facto best deck in standard. Mono black mid-range, mono black control, whatever you want to call it. It's just full of black cards, and they're all really, really good. Of course, a lot of these black cards were already in the format and very good. Meathook Massacre, of course, being one of the best cards in the format. Invoke Despair, very, very powerful kind of mid-range game breaker. Graveyard Trespasser, Tenacious Underdog, Reckoner Bankbuster, all very, very solid cards, but got a lot of good new cards from Dominaria United as well. Perhaps the most exciting being Sheoldred the Apocalypse, aka the card I missed on my set review completely. But hey, it's okay to be wrong sometimes, right? Sheoldred's been really, really good. Honestly, mostly because most decks struggle to kill it, and decks that can't kill it just can't leave it in play and expect to actually win the game. So you got Sheoldred. We have Evolved Sleeper here, which is a really good creature in that it can kind of get in early and do some work, but it's a great late game mana sink to draw cards as well. You can use that third ability over and over and over again to keep drawing cards, which is awesome. And that's just a really, really good pairing. Also, Liliana of the Veil returns to the format, and it's good. Liliana's not insanely good in standard. It's just good. Very good in some decks, very bad in some other spots, but still a very good card. We see two in the main, two in the board. Soldrat's pretty awesome. Roadside Reliquary, both cards from Kamigawa, utilizing the control and artifact and enchantment mechanic, which is sweet. And this deck can just do it all. It can be aggressive early. It can go super late into the games. It can kill a bunch of creatures. It can kill single creatures. It can draw cards and lose life. And it kind of just does everything, honestly. And Sideboard's great, too. Removal spells and cut down. Discard spells and Duress. More Planeswalkers when needed. Junji the Midnight Sky here for the Mire. Pretty powerful mid-range threat. Get a few cool lands here, Takenuma and Reliquary as said. Nothing really too crazy or innovative here. It's just a pretty stock, pretty basic mono black list. But if you're looking to win in standard, looking to rank up in standard, maybe win a qualifier or get a play-in qualifier on Arena, or just ladder up to Mythic, this is a great place to do it. This deck is very, very good right now, and it is the baseline, again, de facto best deck in the format. So let's get right to the games. So first, we forward from our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Earn the strong bad and the emails. On the play. That's a mulligan. We got one drops, but pretty good hand. One of these sleepers is a land, we're good to go. But we got a mulligan to 6, and we get a 2-lander Bankbuster Trespasser Soul Transfer hand. This is fine, we can keep this. The question is, what do we bin? Don't know what we're playing against. I feel like if we knew we were playing in a very grindy matchup, we could probably keep second Bankbuster. We don't know we are, though. I'm just gonna keep one Bankbuster, so not the best hand ever, but it's playable, it's passable. Shipwreck Marsh. Okay. We're going to Bankbuster here. Bankbuster would allow an attack for 4 with the Underdog or Trespasser next turn. Blue-black. Okay, so interesting here. We want to just draw cards. Bankbuster. We want to play threats. They could have like a Make Disappear, Counterspell, Removal Spell, etc., etc. Could have Liliana also. I'm just going to chill here. Just going to chill and draw a card with Bankbuster. Try to make that 4th land drop also, which is pretty important. So we can keep busting. Alright, so draw. To land, cool. Sheoldred. We're gonna draw off Buster first. So if we draw a land that's not Takenuma, we can play it as a land and keep Takenuma for value later. It's gonna be a grindy game probably. I'm gonna draw anyway, so this would allow them to make disappear my Underdog. I don't really care if they do that, so sure, resolve instantly. This is obviously a card you don't care if they kill or counter or whatever. So, like, worst case is what? They kill this and play their own Trespasser, which is honestly totally not bad at all. We go into our opponent's upkeep. And, okay, they are Esper something. Esper Teferi. Teferi's going to come down, and Teferi is going to tap, untap. So we're going to see a 5 loyalty to Fairy. We can just kill that with Soul Transfer, which I don't really hate, honestly. I believe that's where we're going to go. Let's draw a card again with Bankbuster. Try and draw a land that's not Takenuma, and then we'll just soul transfer the Teferi so they get no value off it, which is great. If your opponent plays a Planeswalker and gets no value off it, that's a pretty good exchange for you. Draw a Swamp, sure. Alright, gonna attack them. And have our treasure here too, but we're not going to use that right now, so just exile Planeswalker, get that out of here, and say go. Looking pretty good. We have multiple threats in play. We've got Reliquary and a Takenuma. Caves of Quelos. Okay. Unsap. Now, question being, do we want to get that Bankbuster going and get into combat for 7 here? They have a lot of mana up. Could have the Wandering Emperor, but I don't really think that's like that bad for us. Could play a Trespasser here. Don't really want to commit Sheoldred just yet, I don't think. Play Reliquary. I'm as a Trespasser, I think. It's not for any value. I don't know. It's a little weird, honestly. We're pretty good on cards. Our board presence is pretty good. We don't want to get massacred too hard. I guess the fear would be if I were attacking Bankbuster, they would kill it, untap, and massacre us, but it isn't that bad with a underdog also. So let's do this. Exile nothing. Crew the Bankbuster. Probably gonna die, but whatever. Making way for better threats. And in for the full amount. What do you got? Wandering Emperor, perhaps? Something? Anything? Cool. Sure. So let's see what the Emperor wants to do. Maybe exile the underdog.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
Gonna go over Bankbuster, so might have some sort of a sweeper here.
I'm almost sad to see you go.
And we're not gonna play anything else, I don't think. I think this is good for now. We play another creature and they have like a farewell or something like that. It sucks pretty bad, so just say go. Board's good enough to tussle with the Wandering Emperor. Farewell here would be annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright, I guess we're calling shots. That's fine. We'll allow it. We're not going to talk no window cards in our graveyard, so... Untap and draw a Sleeper. I like Sleeper here, honestly. We can go Trespasser and Sleeper and start evolving. So I'm going to hold off on Sheoldred, I think. I want to try and really draw out the removal first. Get it to stick. Let's give me that. Give me this. And say go. Sleeper must answer a card. Honestly, just a mana sink, you know. Just keep drawing cards off of it. Invoke Despair. What do we sack here is the interesting part. It's probably the Sleeper, because it requires 2 spells to kill this, or 2 cards to kill this, and we want to kill the Emperor next turn. Or this turn, I mean. They can make it 2-2, which is whatever. Level up Sleeper, level up Sleeper. We have Sheoldred, we have... Yeah, they were going to play Sheoldred next turn for sure, so it's just like a Sleeper. We're not putting any mana into it over the next 2 turns, so... Go to 16, adjustment cards. Make it 2-2, which is fine.
Keep watch for intruders.
They have a lot of cards in hand. Wouldn't mind drawing our own copy of Invoke Despair, you know. Playing 4 for a reason. They play their own Takenuma. And they're going to 2-for-1 themselves to kill Despair. So very, very happy we chose to sacrifice the Sleeper. They discard our Fiend's Tower. Okay. And then we draw Invoke Despair. Alright. We did kind of ask for that. This will be kill both their things, deal 2, draw a card. Yeah, I'm in. I feel like we could do a little better with it, but this is fine. So, kill those 2 things, draw another Massacre. Not very good here, honestly. And we're going to hold Takenuma and just say go. Massacre not so great in the mid-range mirrors. Bankbuster is very great in the mid-range mirrors. Another Invoke Despair. This would just be a deal 6 gain, or deal 6 draw 3. That might allow us to, nope, not even close to casting Sheoldred, actually. Cast Sheoldred. If they just kill it, it's pretty bad for us. I'm going to Invoke Despair. I'm just going to draw the full 3. We have like a negate here or something, I guess, but I can't let a mana up. Plus no response. Just deal 6, draw 3. Alright, Bankbuster. Underdog. Alright, now I need to play Takenuma as a land. We can't hold it any longer. And then it's Bankbuster or Underdog. They are at 5 now. We actually could dash both Underdogs next turn, but then Bankbuster can't attack anyway, so let's play Underdog. There's no need to fear. Sig up. Got a lot of cards in hand, but we're going to march the dog, sure. Alright. I'd rather than march the dog and the busters. That worked out well for us anyway. There's land number 8, 7, 7. 8. Been holding on his shoulder for a long time. Another buster. Alright. Freaking Bankbuster. The mid-range breaker. And then draw a card. Folks, please draw your cards before casting spells. Never know what you're going to draw, you know? They have Wandering Ember mana up, which is not cool. Let's play the Sheoldred first. Because this will make them draw in response. They have not a Wandering Emperor. Alright, there you go. And now we know they don't have Emperor. We can go land dash Underdog. And this has them dead on board. Now they're at 2. We draw a card. Gain some life. We say go with the Sheoldred, but they got to kill it or we die. Can they kill it in the upkeep before they draw a card? That is the question. No, they cannot. Cool. Just leave them a stack there for a second. Alright, so worked out pretty well. And now I get to board out a lot of our crappy cards. We're bringing a lot of good anti-control-y cards. Sorin, Soul Transfer, Liliana. It's funny, Junji not going to be that good because they have like exiling removal, but we can just still bring it in, I think. We cut our massacres, we cut our cut downs. They're going to have counter spells probably. We're going to want some Duresses too, I think. Maybe Soul Transfer. I guess Infernal Grasp is not super exciting. Cut the Grasps. Bring a couple Duresses, maybe like 3. And then it comes down to what don't we want. Liliana's pretty good. Sleeper, Underdog, Trespasser, Soul Transfer, which can kill Planeswalkers. Maybe Junji's not good. I don't know if they have the Stable Stroke or not. They exile graveyards a lot too. Maybe Junji's not for the counterspell and white removal base decks. They have exiling removal and counterspells. We'll just leave a Junji out here, I think. Try this. Junji. Junji's a little more for like the Mirror or like Jund decks. Decks that can't reliably exile it. It's more important in that regard. Nice clean deck list here, you know. Just 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Alright, opponent decide if they're going to play first or not. And our hand is... It's fine. We need a third land. Obviously, but we're on the draw. We're going to keep this. Playing 26 lands. We're 45% draw land. And they're going to mulligan twice. Fairly quickly, honestly. It's down to 5 real fast. And we draw Duress. Oh my god. Poor opponent. Poor opponent. What do you got in there? Voidrend, Infernal Grasp, Wandering Emperor. I mean, yeah, sure. Let's take the Emperor. Even though it's the card they're farthest from casting, it's the only card in their hand that actually like matters. Whereas these removal spells aren't going to be very good. You can play an Underdog. They can kill it if they want to, which is totally fine. And then we do need to draw a land, I suppose. But they're certainly light on resources. Alright, that's a good place to start. We drew a land, though, so we're good. Alright, so we're going to play land Trespasser. It's hard to kill with their Voidrend. We're going to exile their Wandering Emperor. And just kind of get going here with our... I guess the Voidrend can kill it directly because it has the... it makes it so... Doesn't warded, but... They're going to arrest me? Sure. They don't play a land here. I actually really dislike their play because they have to make land drops to win the game. I think Bankbuster trying to draw a land and then cast Duress is a lot better, but... Alright, so again, Voidrend can kill the Trespasser straight up, but whatever, just a 1-for-1. You know, like, sure. Passer number 2. Eat the Duress, there you go. Land Sword probably ends the game because we're so far behind. They draw land, alright. I don't need blue anyway. Oh my god. What a disaster, sure. Attack on everything. Decline. Decline. No blue to counter it. Playing Sorin. And I think I want to go up. I think their only real way to win this game is they have some sort of sleeper in their deck. And they cast it next turn. So let's just like not let them get more value off of it. Yeah, like just draw some cards. Like they go like land to populate after making a token. We're still way ahead, but there's a blue land and a hard cast Wandering Emperor. This of course can kill one glutton, but then they just die to the other one. So there's dead on board. We have Bankbuster. Oh, I'm sorry, they gain 2. So sure, Invoke Despair also good. Plus Sorin. This Invoke Despair. I'll take that though. This is at 1. We can. I guess we're gonna kill Emperor and deal 4 to them. We have no creatures in our graveyard. Yeah, sure, whatever, it's fine. Go to 11. And we'll kill Emperor. We could just put them down to 2, but I think killing Emperor is fine here. Exile that. Kill Emperor, put them to 5, draw a card. Invoke Despair just kills them now, which is great. So find that land for Invoke Despair. They know we have it too, so Sorin kills them in like a turn or 2 also. Alright, sure. So a little stumbly in that game and didn't do too much, but hey, we'll take it. Okay. I'll draw, no problem. It's fine. Get our Buster, our removal spell. It's obviously a 2-lander, but plenty of things to do on 2. Alrighty then. That makes our hand look a little worse, I'm not gonna lie. Some mono red here, trying to keep us honest. Makes our life lossy cards look worse. Makes Buster look a lot worse too. Riveteers, Requisitioner. Alright, so we have a 4/2 when it dies, make a treasure. We're going to attempt to block this. I guess they'll be able to exile my Underdog too, but we're not really looking to bring back Underdog in the matchup anyway, so they have a removal spell here. It's pretty nasty. A good draft card. I haven't seen this card in Constructed too much, but alright, so we're going to block. Because of the Kimono, I think it's exiled, which is fine. Need to draw a land here. Pretty bad. Chandra's pretty good. Pretty good one here in the mono red deck. Good source of damage and cards. Deal a 1. Make a red.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Alright, so nothing else, and we draw cut down. The problem is we didn't draw land. Which means we are probably dead. Trespasser would be a nice one here to stabilize a little bit. Underdog is fine, I suppose. Play Underdog, say go. If we can use Cut Down and Grasp me to push the Underdog through to kill with Chandra, that would be pretty big. Scary spot. They have a lot of mana, a lot of cards. We were way in the back foot. I missed the land drop last turn, so... Alright, they're going to plus for a red, deal 1 damage, and I have 6 mana, and play Jaya. Jaya is a cool one. Kind of a weird card. And make a monk. Alright.
Go on. Impress me.
Interesting turn of events here. We've drawn our land. Our Liliana looks god-awful, but Trespasser's pretty good. I'm going to try and just attack Jaya here, I think. See what they want to do. Jumping is fine. Play Trespasser. Eat a creature, gain a life. Say go. Now I have 2 good attackers for their Planeswalkers, and I have 2 good removal spells in my hand. Might be turning us around, folks. I was thinking draw potentially like 3 or 4 cards, or 3 cards this turn. With both Jaya's and Chandra's Exile card draw abilities. Land number 5. Exile top 2. Should have done that before playing the land, obviously, in case they had 2 lands, but they get to play a Kumano here, put us down to 13. Chandra's top card is a Stormcarved Coast. Interesting. What would the blue be for with 5 mountains to start? 6 mountains. Huh. Here's Kumano, take 1. But now a Geist Flame Reservoir. Demand for an artifact. If you cast insert sorcery card, put a charge counter on it. That seems awful. This game has swung significantly. Let's Liliana minus here and just kill their planeswalkers. Or at least, like, pressure them. Leave up cut down also.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
So that's gone. Combat.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
I think we just kill Chandra rather than go after Jaya. Rather kill one of the planes. We could kill Jaya, I guess, instead. There's some fear of Chandra with ultimate in 2 turns. He's pretty unlikely, though. Let's kill Jaya. Jaya gets many more looks at cards, so exile that. We're like wasting 2 damage here in theory, but all right. Jaya down. Say go.
We have nothing left to discuss.
I don't believe Chandra can do damage with planeswalkers, right? Oh, it is planeswalkers too. All right, so I can finish off Liliana. Whatever, it's fine. Honestly, Liliana did his job. Liliana's not looked too impressive so far. I'm not gonna lie. It's good in certain spots, but Reliquary, all right. This is like the new go-to colorless land. Obviously, with all the creature lands leaving the format, and there just aren't many other options for a good colorless land. I mean, it plays here. They have an artifact and an enchantment. So, exile top card's a mountain. They're live for an ultimate on Chandra next turn. The ultimate is exile top 5 cards of your library. May cast a red spell from among them. When you get an emblem with them, you cast a red spell. It was X damage into X number. So, probably don't allow it to go off. Field of Ruin also. What is the blue for is my big question. They're going to play a land. So, again, you probably want to activate your card draw effect before playing your land. Just simple stuff, you know. And they are just going to say go, it looks like. They also didn't kill my Liliana, which is goes to Knight. I guess we're gonna plus Lily. Probably discard the Infernal Grasp. See if they discard a creature here. Probably not. Discard a Shivan Reef. Okay. I mean, these tides have turned here significantly. They just don't have much left. They get to draw 2 of Reliquary, which is like pretty good, but draw 2. Those are gone. Chandra's dead. Play Sorin. Just gonna make a lifelinker here. Give him something else to shoot at. Blocks the 2/2. And the etchings of Kumano. Still intrigued about this blue splash. Could be like only sideboard counterspell or something like that, but Field of Ruin and the Reliquary. Another land. Geist Flame Reservoir. Oh. And they find a Shivan Devastator, which they can cast as a 4/4 flying haste. Sure. We have Liliana minus lined up, Sorin. We have 2 kill spells in our hand, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. They cast it this turn or they lose it, so it is true if you don't use it, you do lose it. Alright, there's a 4-4. Will they go after Planeswalkers or go after me? Both going for Lily. So we block here just because it's a free block and don't let you die, which is fine. Gain some life, kill their thing. Untap and draw 1,000 ways to kill this thing. Sure. So, I mean, I think we're just making a vampire here. Playing Bankbuster, playing Infernal Grasp. It's all good in the hood. Attack.
You deal with this annoyance.
Exile some stuff. And the corner is pretty heavily turned here. Maybe we should have soul transfer and left up to cut down. I don't know. It doesn't matter either way, I don't think. We're pretty far ahead. I guess you want to keep it knight so our glutton's bigger, but I guess you could have also killed this and then like gained the life off of it too, but we'll leave Grasp up just in case things go horribly wrong. I'm not sure how it could, but hello, opponent. It's like a worst case scenario. We like burn down the house. I mean, I'm not let this happen. I'm just gonna take the damage and not kill it. You know, only way they really win here is like burn down the house, some sort of like big super effect, and there it is. Okay, so now I'm glad we didn't kill this. I can draw a card off Bankbuster. And they can't phase with no blue, so probably what the blue was for is to splash on the Firestorm Kicker. Interesting. It's like a sort of like a bigger red deck. All right, so stuff dies. Draw off Buster. I feel like now we're just like playing into our game, you know, which is cool. We don't really want to underdog here. Just gonna draw a card. Okay. Just so you know, just back-to-back Invoke Despairs to kill them, I guess. We have 2 instant removal spells. They're going to blitz this thing. And they're going to blitz this thing. That's like not a small amount of damage, honestly. Do we just cut down here just to gain 3 life? I think we do. Pretty gassed up, so let's just not die. Draw a card, make a treasure. That's a lot of lands. Alright, so sacrifice this thing, make another treasure, draw another card. Need to be aware of the possibility of a very large Shivan Devastator coming in. We're just going to put the Trespasser and say go here. I want to have Grasp up. They have a lot of mana, so eat one of these, gain a life, we'll have Grasp and Bankbuster up, and then we can untap, attack, and just kill them with Invoke Despair plus Trespasser. Playing it safe here. Work well on the last one. Called shot on the mass removal spell. Pumpkin. In the tank. Another reservoir. Alright, I guess. Interesting little mono red brew. Burn down the house. Alright, yeah, I mean, I guess you got me again, friend. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making tokens, never mind. Interesting. Trespasser again, make a treasure. Now I don't want to invoke that bad, but we can just Trespasser, Bankbuster. Yeah. Alright, so let's group. And attack for a bunch. And eat a creature. 5, so we have 7 mana. We can't invoke and Trespasser. Not attacking, can't block that one. Akafla. On pilot. So they're going to try and kill the Trespasser. Is Ward discard of cards? Every shot from a devil must discard a card to use to try and kill this. Yep. Alright, so kill all the devils. They're going to kill the pilot, kill the Trespasser, and ding me for 1 probably. Discard their last card. We're going to play Trespasser, leave up our Grasp once again, just a safety valve against a large Devastator killing us. They're going to kill the Bankbuster. Wow. Alright. So they want their card in hand. Interesting. They do not want to discard it to the Ward ability. So it makes me even more inclined to be a little more safe here. Play Trespasser. And just eat another creature. And they're dead on board many ways. A little protection up just in case. Break in case of emergency. Kind of a big red deck here. Hey. Yo, bro. Heard you love Temple Firestorm. Alright, I mean... The reservoirs are starting to build up here. They have 5 damage banked up at the moment. Draw land. Alright, well, I'm gonna... Invoke Despair, yeah. I guess I played a land forecasting it, which I just told them not to do, but whatever. All of our lands are pretty similar. And we're not going to Liliana here once again. Just going to leave up the removal spells. Just going to play it safe. We just have to kill next turn with Invoke Despair, so just play it super safe. They could have activated the Reservoir on their turn to exile their top card and maybe played it, but decided not to. 1 card in hand, 13 life. They could also nug us for 3 here. Or 2. Okay. Down to 11. Play Shivan Reef. Exile top card. It's a land. Just no reason to play our land before you activate it. Some people never learn, you know? And play another Reservoir. Alright. Yeah. So we're going to take this game here, which is sweet. Invoke Despair will get it done. Pretty wacky game, honestly. Like, at first I thought they were an aggro deck and they were just going to kill us. Then, like, we decided to play on Master Removal because it's the only card they could possibly have. They had it. Ended up being more of like a big red deck. Kind of cool. So we're going to bring in Life Gain. We're going to bring in a Sorin. We're going to bring in a Parasitic Grasp. Liliana does not feel very good here. We need to be aware of their sweepers. Sweepers also kill the planeswalkers too, which is kind of annoying. It's interesting, like, do we want Duress here? I don't think so. Soul Transfer. Junji the Midnight Sky is... It's okay. It's not great. Massacre, I mean, again, they're not like that aggressive. I guess it's fine. Let's run it like this. Lily in particular seems kind of bad, but the rest of our deck just seems pretty good against them. Now that we know they're playing a million sweepers, we can like not play into them, which is great. Alright, kill Molskis. Their deck seems super soft to Sheoldred. Like, super soft. I guess they have the 5 damage spells, but this card is very good against red decks. Obviously, it's pretty hard to kill it with damage-based removal. Gains life, yada, yada, yada. No 1 or 2 drop. There's no need to fear. Land 3. Chandra into a Underdog is pretty bold.
I won't stop fighting till the people are safe again.
Alright. Sure. It's a little sketch, but okay. I'm just gonna attack Chandra, like, I don't think they're really... They could, in theory, Wrath us next turn. Like, add a red, play Wrath. It would suck, but I just resolve Sheoldred, I think, which is fine, so... Add a red, play a Wrath effect, kill my 2 creatures. One of them Just doesn't, you know, it dies, whatever, doesn't matter. So it's like probably what's gonna happen. It makes sense for playing this on turn 3. That's cool. That's a pretty cool interaction, honestly. It's like Chandra on 3. It kills the Chandra though. But they killed their own Chandra. That's not even good. I forgot about that because usually Wrath effects are really, really good with Planeswalkers because it leaves Planeswalkers in play, but these effects actually kill the Planeswalker too. So Sheoldred is online. And here comes the 1-drop. Take a 1. Fable's great. Makes sense in a big red deck. But now Sheoldred is just like doing its thing. Let me just pop the Invoke here, I think. Kill the Goblin, kill the Kamano thingy. Get it for 5. They want to loot with Fable. We got Sheoldred in play. Very similar to Narset, where you're just like over and over again, like, oh crap again. Oh no, it gets that too. Ah, crap. So lose 2. They want a Fable, they can lose 2 more life. It's not as obviously. Oh my god, they're gonna go for it. Sure. Not as backbreaking as Narset is. You can't even draw cards, but it's still very demoralizing. Does kill you a lot quicker. They discarded a Jace. I'm sorry, Jaya and a thing. Rending Flame, nice. As the format adapts to Sheoldred, there you go. Pretty reasonable card to kill Sheoldred with. We play land. Double dog here, I think. I double dog dare ya. Attack with the old underdog. Play another underdog. So go. And draw a land. Sure. Flip Fable. Yeah, Flame's a cool card. Solid card. And then Jaya. Make a monk, and they are dead. So we're going to soul transfer, exile that, and fire up the old dirty dog. You dog, you. Alright, so kind of a cool deck, honestly. I don't know if it's the the fully optimized build or anything like that, but like there's a pretty cool deck. Honestly, a mono red kind of big red deck. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, let's get right into it. On the play, and our hand it's passable. We can work with this. Not incredible, but Sleeper's a good mana curve filler. Massacre to mop things up if necessary. We got the old Sheoldred. So let's get our Sleeper out there, and let's just wake up. Wake up, win some games. And what a surprise. The Mirror, of course. So we get to play a land here and attack. And no blocks, of course. We get to bump it up. And again, just gotta fill in our curve here. Nothing too crazy just yet. Sleeper does a very, very good job of that. Where if you have a spare mana here, spare mana there, you just put it into Sleeper and kind of do your thing. Here comes Sleeper again. In for 1. And a Bankbuster. So, interesting spot here. We could just Massacre for 1 to kill the Sleeper, which I kind of like, actually. Massacre is not particularly great in the Mirror. It's funny because the Massacre is the kind of card where it's a victim of its own success, where it is one of the most powerful cards in the format, but every deck in the format is very aware of that. So I try really hard not to be weak to it, therefore it ends up being kind of only okay. But we'll just take our shot here. Just take our removal spell. We're just going to kill their Sleeper, keep our Sleeper alive. And then Massacre, of course, being in play, will gain us some life here, lose some life there, and kind of just go from there. They've also played a Bankbuster now, so they have a card draw engine that we don't, which isn't ideal for us. Liliana the Veil, so not too cool for us. They get a Liliana off.
Enough with the mystery.
We're probably in a bit of trouble this game, honestly, if they are able to answer our Sheoldred, because our hand is not very good, honestly. Couple lands, not much else going on, no real engine like they have the Bankbuster, but we see the old Sheoldred go off here and drain for 2. Right, so you make them lose 2. And do they have an answer to Sheoldred, yes or no? Is a big question. Main phase draw looks good for us. Lose another 2. That's what makes this card so freaking annoying, is that the best way to get out of a hole if you're behind is to draw cards typically. And Sheoldred says you can do that, but you're taking a lot of damage as the game. And now, yeah, this is Sheoldred doing what Sheoldred does best. If left unopposed, usually just kind of wins the game by itself. If you kill it, it's not very good, honestly. Because if you play a Sheoldred, your opponent kills it before it does anything, with Infernal Grasp or whatever else it might be, it really is not a great, it's a 4-drop, it just dies, doesn't do anything. But if it gets to live, it goes pretty nuts. 9 life, 5 cards in hand. Looking for an answer. And Invoke Despair is a really good one. Alright, so they found the answer. We lose our Massacre, we lose our Sheoldred here. And now we're in a bit of trouble. So they draw a card, lose life. We really need to draw something useful here, and we draw a Takenuma, the Abandoned Mire. So we're gonna rock that. Get Sheoldred back. Hope for no more. I mean, they have a lot of cards in their hands. They're up a card from the Invoke Despair. They were on the draw. Oh my god. All right, sure. So we can kill this, and I guess this isn't that bad. So here's Sheoldred. Will they crew the Bankbuster? Probably not. So we're going to grasp this. This is a... Yes, they can Bankbuster in response and gain 2 life. That's a thing. It is what it is. You know? They're not going to. They're going to leave the mana up. Interesting. So then we're going to Takenuma. And discard here. We're going to mill 3 and return ourselves Sheoldred. And they have still 3 cards in hand. They have a Reliquary too. Bankbuster is a great draw. It's really, really good for us. So now we actually have an engine ourselves and kind of get things going. Draw response. Smart. Play our own Buster and say go. It's funny because Sheoldred, we can see how it's been really, really good so far this game. It really isn't very good in this kind of matchup because your opponent usually has a bunch of kill spells to kill it. It tends to be better against decks like red decks or more creature-based decks that don't have a lot of removal spells that can actually kill it. The black decks can kill it a lot of different ways. Liliana, Invoke Despair, Grasp. So, Massacre for 5? Sure. Not the most efficient way to kill it, but I guess that works. So, they gain a life. They're currently at 7. We draw a land. Not so cool. We draw a card out of the Busta. We draw a Swamp. Alright, I guess we're staying go here. They've got a bit of an edge on us. Of course, they have more cards in hand. They have the Reliquary to go along with their enchantment and their artifacts. They can draw some more cards there. They got a lot going on, and they're going to go. So they have 6 cards to R1, which is not good. We have the life advantage, but you really don't want the life advantage in a matchup like this. You kind of want to be able to get more cards to kind of do it that way. So, and then Sleeper. Sleeper's it's a good card. Draw cut down. Cool. So let's draw a card immediately. And we're going to see a Trespasser. Cool. Not too bad. Now we need to figure out how we're going to cut down the Sleeper. So they go to evolve it. And we try to kill it in response. They evolve it again and then grow it. But they're going to Buster and draw a card for sure. So we can just play land, play Trespasser. Chip away at their life a little bit. Take the Sheoldred. And say go. It'd be interesting if they could play around cut down here by not drawing a card, but they're never not going to draw a card. So cool. So they draw a card. We're going to put a stop on our end steps. We can... I guess we're going to do it now. Sure. So we're going to do it now. Yeah. Cut down here. That's fine. They can only make it a 2-2. It doesn't do anything. So Massacre goes off. We lose life. Draw a card off Buster. And that is the last counter on Buster, being a treasure and a pilot. Actually, we need to do that. I forgot the treasure. My bad. So it's a good thing we did it then. Otherwise, they could have done it and done it again. So cool. So I say whatever response. Whatever, it's fine. We're good. But again, we're seeing the card draw here being the really important part of the matchup, where they kind of just have a lot more cards than us, which is not good. We got the early damage in, but you don't really want to get the early damage in. Honestly, it's just not really. It's more of a mid-range grind fest, and our hand didn't really line up very well for that. All right, so 6 cards or 6 life, but 5 cards in hand. They have same amount of lands as us. What are they doing here? Soul Transfer, brutal. So they're drawing all of the good heaters here. Being able to draw 2 off Reliquary is insane, and then Soul Transfer. If you're able to cast this with both a artifact and enchantment play, you return a creature as well. It's so good. So really, really powerful effect, and they get back their Sleeper, which is really good for them. And game's just not really going so well for us. Oh my god. Alright, yeah. Just a resource battle. They have many more resources. We draw an Invoke Despair, which is pretty good, actually. This is going to kill the 1-1. I guess it's not that good. It kills 1-1 Massacre, and we draw a card. It's not actually like it. Let's draw a card first. We draw a cut down or something like that. So Bankbuster will draws Tenacious Underdog. I've seen better, but sure. Cast Invoke Despair. Let's kill the Massacre and the 1-1. Draw a card, deal 2 damage. And then we'll play the Underdog. And just keep trying to cross the finish line here if possible. Alright, so I lose life. Play the underdog. We can blitz the underdog next turn also, which is kind of cool. And they can't really sleeper too hard because they're at 4, so... Double Bankbuster, they're so far ahead on cards. Trespasser, sure. Yes, we milled over 3 cards, so even though our libraries are the same size. So take Sheoldred, go to 5. And you can start crewing these busters here. Yeah, that's not bad. Here comes Buster, take 4. So 8 to 5. Land, shield. Oh my god, no. Alright, sure. It's this Sheoldred. We untap and we draw a Reliquary. And so you can see all of our cards draw cards. So we don't currently have an answer to Sheoldred. So I think we're dead. We're going to the next game. Unfortunately, we can Reliquary here and draw, but we lose life, obviously. I think we're going to have to do this, though. So go to 4. Draw Invoke Despair. I just don't think that's good enough. This is going to kill the sleeper. It's going to put them to 1. So close. And then we have 2 blockers. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to cast it. I mean. Alright, so here's your Invoke Despair. Honestly, it would be a good play of probably crew in response and sack the Bankbuster. This game is a really good lesson in what matters in a matchup. Where we got there, it looked like we were like way ahead early on. Realistically, we just weren't. The things we did didn't matter that much. Oh yeah, draw cards, right? Stupid Sheoldred! Alright, sure. So yeah, definitely want to bring in every grindy card possible. We're going to want Soul Transfer, Sorin, Junji, and then what are we not going to want? You know, Liliana it's good against single creatures. It's not very good against Underdog. It's not very good against the Bankbuster token, but it's good against everything else mostly. I would say we don't really want the cut down. The massacres are kind of unexciting. Yeah, Liliana's like, it's fine, definitely. The underdogs aren't great because there's so many trespassers. They're like just okay. Bankbuster's amazing. Yeah, actually, Massacre's just pretty bad. We just cut the Massacres, I think. It doesn't make our, that does make Soul Transfer worse, I guess. Now there's no enchantments. So, maybe we actually shave a transfer. We leave in, like, bring, like, Liliana. We're on the play, also. Yeah, I mean, transfer's so good because it just kills Sheoldred, which is important. So does Liliana sometimes. Cut down Grasp. Yeah, I think we might want... I don't think you want the Hearse. Let's shave an Underdog and bring in a Soul Transfer. Yeah, I'm cool with this. Don't want Duress. I think the game is likely to get down to like a top deck battle. So it's just like your usual, like, don't want Thoughtseize in your mid-range mirror kind of mentality. So on the play. It's close. It's a close hand. Might pop this one on for a quick hand of the week. We're going to mulligan this. I mean, that ain't much better, but I guess we're going to keep. So not ideal draws here, but we really want Bankbuster, honestly. That's the card that really killed us. They played turn 2 Bankbuster. We didn't. And they were able to just kind of ride to victory, drawing a bunch of cards. Not a lot going on here. Sleeper? Oh, God. Alright, sure. Yeah, we're in pretty big doo-doo here, I think. Blade Trespasser, they go. Liliana's pretty bad for us, but honestly, everything's pretty bad for us at this point. They already have an engine online. We're down a card from the mulligan, down a card from being on the play, and they have their engine, and we don't. They actually have 2 engines right now. And all we have is, like, a clunkier rule spell and a 3/3 that dies to Liliana. So... I mean, if they had Liliana, they would have slammed it already, so that's pretty good for us, I guess. They're going to duress me. Alright, well. Now I got nothing left. Just some swamps. Let's see how well we can draw off the top here. And again, this is why you don't want Duress in your deck, because you're often in this drawing off the top kind of spot anyway, so. Alright. Not bad. Sure. Lily's good here also because our hand's so bad that we're going to empty it pretty quickly, so. Alright, Edict ya.
Do you think you can win?
Attack for 3. Make it 4. Goodbye, Sleeper. Draw off Buster. 16 to 20. Wouldn't love Sheoldred here. Underdog is interesting. They could have, oh, they're going to crew the Bankbuster attack? Sure, that works too. So creature kills Liliana, it's fine. Still worth it. They don't draw a card now either. We draw our own Underdog. Not an interesting choice. We could just dash Underdog here. Just get it for 6, 7. Just 6. And then draw a card rather than just casting it. I think Underdog in play here is not ideal. It does open us up to being hit by a Graveyard Trespasser, but that would happen anyway. It comes down to, like, do I want to draw a card or not? I do want to deal some damage. I think I do. I want to blitz this here. Let's, like, get our extra mana. Let me get our extra card here. Try and draw, you know, one of our big hitters. Alright, they're going to grasp Trespasser. Alright, so they're going to 2-for-1 themselves to kill Trespasser, but they're so far ahead on cards, it doesn't really matter. We attack, and we're looking to draw, like, Invoke Despair, Junji. We need some sort of big play here. Liliana is okay. It's not great, honestly, with the Underdog already in play. As Trespasser, yeah, that's brutal. So basically everything that could go wrong in this match is going wrong. Both of our hands have not lined up well at all. Pretty nasty mulligan. And then we're just not drawing our engines than they are. But it's a good illustration of what's important in the matchup, which is good. So drawing to the swamp, yeah, like we're just super dead here. Liliana's just awful right now. We make them sacrifice their Underdog, and they just blitz it back anyway. We're drawing cards off Bankbuster. This game's like not even close, unfortunately. Best way to win? I guess we're going to Liliana Edict anyway. Just going to Edict, soak up some damage, get rid of the Underdog, hopefully draw like Invoke Despair and go from there.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
Don't touch my things. I feel the same way, Liliana. I hate when people touch my stuff. Bankbuster, yeah. Bankbuster's been the tail of this match. They had Bankbuster both games, we didn't. And we've just been absolutely buried in cards. So they have infinite options here. So many options, they're just going to think them all through because they have so many options. Remember, folks, there's a companion article to this video, as always, on CoolStuffInc.com. I do a written article Friday, a video article Monday. Free content every weekday on CoolStuffInc.com. No paywall ever. CoolStuffInc.com. Second Bankbuster, yeah. And we draw a Trespasser. That actually wasn't the worst. I mean, as far as, you know, draws go, is trades with their Trespasser and hits their Underdog. The problem is, like, we're getting buried by the Bankbusters. So, I'm just going to play this land as they go. So, yeah, and then start draw, you know. And now Bankbuster turns into a threat. We can trade Trespassers. We're just behind like 4 cards right now. Yeah, we're behind a comical amount of cards. It's a reliquary. Yep. So they crew, they attack, we have to block. And I'm not even sure we're hoping to draw, honestly. Like, at this point, we're so far behind, I don't think we have any good draws. Because we can't stop the Busters from drawing more cards, and they're so ahead on cards, we can't really stop them from doing that. Alright, 13-9, and Swamp's not going to do it. So, rough match. I mean, like, we unfortunately drew pretty badly, and you at least got to see what was important in the matchup, because the things we did were not important. Alright, so 2-1, only losing the Mire, so that's pretty good, right? But yeah, I definitely felt like, even though we won some of those matches, that the format is starting to adapt a little bit to this deck. You know, we're seeing that the red decks are finding answers to Sheoldred. Farewell is pretty cool here, exiling the underdogs, the bankbusters and stuff like that as a nice answer. Counter spells, a little more invoke, perhaps to stop Invoke Despair. So I don't think this is the end of the format. This is definitely the beginning for right now. This is the best deck right now, 2 weeks into the format. Will it be the best deck in a month? I'm not sure, honestly. The deck is definitely good. The cards are definitely powerful. It will probably require some innovation, but like for the right here, right now, this deck is it. If you're looking for just to play the best deck, this is probably in that ballpark. And if you're looking to try and figure out how to beat this deck, honestly, just playing the deck to get a feel for it is a great way to figure out how to beat it as well. You must know your enemy to defeat your enemy, or whatever the hell it is. So there you go. Model by Control. I'm Drew Davis of CoolStuffInc.com. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you fine folks next week again. Companion article on the website, CoolStuffInc.com. Go check that out. Also, I have a written article from last Friday. And I do written articles Friday, video articles Monday. It's also free content every weekday, CoolStuffInc.com. Never a paywall. Best site out there. Get your games, card games, board games, miniatures, magic cards, you name it, they got it. Sealed product. Promo code Jim5, 5% off your order, CoolStuffInc.com. I love you all. See you next week. Have a good one, folks.